This is Tom, the Disabled Prepper. Welcome back. Well, long time no see, right? It's been a heck of a thing, huh? This whole up and down and wavy and back and forth and all of the craziness that's been happening to our society. One just has to question. You can watch the news from one place and they will give you a piece of information and you'll make the assumption that it's true because they are saying it is, and you'll hear a piece of news from somewhere else and you will then question your first source of information and what can you believe and who can you trust. And one day you hear one thing and the next day you hear contradicting information. It's been really difficult. I have no insider information. I have no divine revelation from God telling me what is specifically exactly true and what is not. And I believe I've been fighting this along with everyone else. Everybody I've spoke with has had a heck of a lot of difficulty really trying to figure out and find out the truth. So we rely on our instincts, we rely on our gut, we rely on our previous history of what we've learned from our lives in the past, on what is or isn't or may not be true. So how have I been dealing with this? Well, I belong to a few different groups. I belong to a group in Phoenix. I trust them for the most part. And I believe that together we should be a pretty good, strong group. I also belong to other groups on social media, and social media is at one point a good thing and at another point a bad thing. I belong to a couple of different groups on MeWe. MeWe is a Facebook like clone, so to speak, of social media, but without all the censorship that Facebook is forcing on conservative voices these days. Whether MeWe is monitored by the NSA or any governmental agencies, I'm pretty sure it is. There's really no privacy in today's world. We all have to accept it. We don't want to accept it, but how do you have privacy? You meet someone in a park somewhere and speak with them face to face. That's almost the only privacy, the privacy of your own bedroom, right? Anyway, so that's kind of a side point, and that's not really what I'm speaking to today. What I'm speaking to today is the fear porn and the difficulties that are going on across our country. Now we hear things, of course, about like Governor Whitmer in Michigan and Governor Noem in South Dakota, the wonderful woman governor who's not closing down her state, not forcing everyone to wear masks, not allowing Antifa and BLM to come and destroy their communities. That's a good, strong person in a position of leadership, thankfully, who has a good head on her shoulders, unlike other people in positions of leadership. Okay, this is not political. What this is this is informational. Now, on these groups in MeWe, I have people I know in the Pacific Northwest. I have people in the Southwest, in Arizona, for instance, of course. I'm currently in Wyoming, people in Alabama, people in Georgia, Florida. Anyway, now what does that give me? Well, that gives me sources of information that I can compare to what I'm hearing on social media, what I'm hearing on the news, what I'm hearing over the radio. And I'm sure most of you know that I don't listen to CNN. I don't listen to MSNBC. I don't listen to mainstream media. I don't read the New York Times. I don't read the LA Times. All of my sources of information come from the internet. And most of my sources of information are from alternative media. Now, one of the people I listen to, Styx Hexenhammer 666, he's currently in Amsterdam, I believe it is, or Holland, something like that. Anyway, so he brings information from overseas and presents it on the internet. So my point being of all this is I get information from people directly from the horse's mouths, from Georgia, from Alabama, from the Pacific Northwest, from Arizona, from the Southeast, from California. And so when I hear that the fear porn that all the shelves are empty and you have to buy all the meat now because the meat packing plants are closing, I can talk to these people in Alabama, I can talk to them in Georgia, in the Pacific Northwest, and I go, what are you experiencing? What are you seeing? Well, generally there's trends, of course, which are completely understandable, and that is, for instance, in Seattle, a lot of shelves are empty or appear empty. And why is that? Well, of course, that's a gigantic population center. Before I left Phoenix a couple of months ago, initially the shelves were experiencing emptiness, but before I left, they had completely recovered. However, I would hear over the internet, all the shelves are empty and you have to be afraid and panic now and buy and all this other stuff. And I'm walking around my local Fry's grocery store in Phoenix going, there's meat here, there's food here, there's cans.
Stay away from the can!
Anyway, so that's what I'm encouraging you right now is don't rely on single sources of information. Find sources of information you can trust, varied sources, varied across the country, and compare those notes with others, as I've done, as I do even to this very day with these people through MeWe across the country. And they go, well, yeah, now our gas is up 30 cents a gallon. And I go, well, here in Wyoming, it's gone up like 3 cents. So when I am hit with a piece of information, some fear porn, someone telling me I need to panic and I need to be afraid, I have contacts and sources of information that I can compare my notes with theirs and theirs with mine, and I can get a clearer picture of what is actually happening. And yes, regionally, maybe in Seattle, the shelves are empty. Maybe in Portland, they are still having burning, looting, and rioting. But that's not happening here in Cheyenne. It's not happening in different places. It's happening in Georgia. In Atlanta is still having a lot of trouble. But point being is that you have sources of information you can rely on, people you can trust, and you can get the truth of the situation rather than being afraid and being uninformed. Okay, well, so that's what this is all about. I encourage all of my subscribers, I encourage everyone to spread your routes of information across the country. Family members, cousins, it doesn't matter. People you knew in the military, a friend of a friend. As long as you can verify that information with that person and you know that that information is trustworthy, that's going to be very valuable for you. Information is king. Information is going to give you a hedge up. Now, another reason that is very important is, okay, let's say your shelves are empty at your local store and the local area that you're trying to shop out of. Can you drive an hour south, an hour north, an hour east or west and find food on those shelves? Yeah, it's going to take you a little bit of time and some money, but at the same time, you're preparing, you're stocking up on foods necessary to take care of yourself and your family, and you're not submitting to the fear porn. You're not submitting to paranoia, and you are taking care of yourself and you're preparing for your future. That's what we should all be doing. That's what I do. And this web of information that I'm getting has proven to be very valuable to me. I encourage you to do the same. Okay, thanks for spending your time with me. I appreciate your patience. Like, share, and subscribe my videos if you find the information has any value to you. I'm seriously trying to get this stuff. I know I've told you I'm going to do these videos. I hope to be in my own place very soon. My goal of being out of debt is very close to being realized. I can move out of my son's basement. Isn't that interesting, huh? The parents are living in the son's basement. Anyway, I'll be moving out of my son's basement, and hopefully soon I'll have my own place again, where the environmental factors are more under my control, giving me greater opportunity to keep doing my videos again. Like, share, and subscribe, and remember to always keep your nose in the wind and your eyes along the skyline. Till we meet again, bye.